Meanwhile, DOGE may have just found their next target. Elon Musk says he's now focusing on members of Congress who became, quote, strangely wealthy while in Congress.
They'll send the money overseas to one NGO, then it'll go through a bunch of them, and then I'm highly confident that a bunch of that money then comes back to the United States and lands in the pockets of the people you just mentioned. It doesn't go directly, but let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress. I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning, how'd they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year?
You ever wonder how some members of Congress end up filthy rich on a $200,000 salary? Elon Musk just dropped a truth grenade, and he's pointing directly at DC's elites. This clip that I'm going to show you exposes the shady wealth pipeline that nobody wants to talk about. Stay locked in, guys. You're not going to want to miss a second of this.
Our next guest's app tracks which stocks politicians are investing in. Co-founder of the Autopilot app, Chris Joseph, joins us right now. Hi, Chris.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. You know, when we put up the members of Congress's salary, it's a couple $100,000 a year for the most part, about. And yet we hear about some people who came in, didn't have any money, and then by the time they've been in the House or the Senate for 20, 30 years, they were super rich. You've been tracking that. What have you found?
Yeah, you see one, you kind of think it's a coincidence. You see two, it's like, okay, things are getting weird. And you see three or four, it's like, all right, well, now what is actually going on? And it's great to see that Elon and the DOGE team are actually finally starting to look into this. We track specifically the trades and kind of the public filings of their disclosures around their financial statements. And there really isn't too much that you could see on the actual stock trading side. However, there's not much that you can really see into the spouses and the dependents of those politicians. So if I were Elon and I were to kind of recommend where to look for the for some suspicious stuff going on here, I would go right to the spouses and especially especially the spouses and the children as well.
Right. And, for instance, Nancy Pelosi, when she came into office, she had a fraction of the amount of money she's got now, but her husband, a venture capitalist, invested in a lot of different stocks and made just a jackpot of money. And that's one of the reasons why so many people in Congress had said, we got to stop with the stock trading. But famously, Nancy Pelosi had said, no, you know what? We're going to keep doing it.
Yep. Rules for me and not for thee. The funny story about how all that even started, too, is before the Stock Act even happened, these politicians were allowed to do literally whatever they wanted. And part of the reason why she became kind of the poster child of this entire thing was she was able to get exclusive access to the Visa IPO at the time, back in, I believe it was 2009, 2008. And it was through her husband. Her husband was able to put in a certain amount of money before those shares became public for the general public to buy. And that was the largest IPO in history at the time. And she made a killing on it while the other American people were not able to do it. How did her husband get that access? Might be because of her.
Yeah, but Chris, we're not suggesting anything is illegal because they can buy and trade stuff. It's just not very transparent.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what the majority of the Americans want.
Right.
Just transparency into it, bring some more kind of touch points on it. Yeah, we have been tracking her and a lot of other politicians for a while. No one has ever been found in charge for insider trading. There has been allegations. We've seen some suspicious stuff, but you are right. This is all kind of just wanting more transparency and more input into what truly is going on.
You know what? You've talked me into it. I'm going to download your app. It's called Autopilot. It's on his hat. I want to see what you guys have uncovered. Chris Josephs, we thank you very much.
All right, guys, do me a big favor. Like this video if you're tired of the double standards in Washington. Let's blow this thing up in the algorithm. All right. Strangely wealthy. What a statement. Elon Musk isn't pulling punches anymore, guys. He's calling out exactly what millions of Americans have been seeing for years. Career politicians getting mysteriously rich while claiming to serve the people. Guys, this isn't just a coincidence. This is a pattern. And when we see a pattern developing, we got to look into it. Chris Josephs and Autopilot are onto something here. Josephs is tracking congressional trades real time with the app Autopilot. He points out that the wealth doesn't just come from politicians, it trickles through spouses, children, murky NGO money trails. You think Pelosi's husband getting in on the Visa IPO before the public was just luck? Come on. Transparency? Guys, they don't want it. Why is Nancy Pelosi so against banning stock trading for Congress? Why did they get access that we'll never get? Rules for thee, but not for me. This isn't about partisan politics. It's about corruption, guys. This is corruption. Let's call it what it is. Left, right, doesn't matter. When politicians go into office with a modest salary and come out multimillionaires, we need to ask how. Is this just smart investing, or is it insider access the American people will never see, guys? Come on, we see it too much. It's a pattern. Elon Musk is using his platform to push for change. By the way, Elon Musk, he made his riches and his fortune not in government. He made it outside of government, then he came to government to fix it. So we understand that he's not in it for the money, guys. Don't we want more people like Elon Musk that aren't in it for the money? Whether you like him or not, you have to respect that he's using his influence to call this out. The fact that this conversation is happening on mainstream media like Fox and Friends means that it's gaining traction. We just need to get in there. We need to keep pushing it, guys. We need to put the light on it, guys. The roaches are going to scatter. All right, questions for you guys. Do you think that members of Congress should be allowed to trade stocks while in office? Think about it for a second. And we're talking about it, right? Republicans, Democrats, they all do it. Should they be allowed to trade stock while they're in office? Should family members of politicians have to disclose their financial dealings for transparency? And then let me know, is Elon Musk right to shine a spotlight on this? I can't believe that there's so much pushback against him and his company right now. It's absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. Made a video about it this morning. People like smashing the little toy cars and stuff in protest. Absolutely crazy stuff. Drop a comment down below, guys. Should we ban congressional stock trading altogether? I want to hear your take, guys. And subscribe for more unfiltered commentary. If you want to support the channel and keep helping me tell the truth here, consider becoming a member, guys. Let's keep holding them accountable for everything that's going on in our government. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching the video. I'll catch you later with another update.